Hello and welcome to this help video on how to pre-register your child on the eAYSO system. It should take you about 5 minutes to type in the required information. Once you have pre-registered your child online, you will need to print out 2 copies of the pre-registration form and bring them with you to registration day. Mount Pleasant AYSO will no longer accept handwritten registration forms, so please make sure you pre-register your child at the convenience of your home or office. If you don't have access to a computer at home or work, there will be computers available for you to pre-register your child at registration day. To begin the process, you will need to go to www.eayso.org and you will be presented with this screen. If you have pre-registered your child in the past, you can simply click on the Login button and go from there. If this is the first time you are pre-registering your child, you should click on the button named First Time. Clicking on the First Time button will bring you to these next set of screens, giving you a little bit of information about using this system. Click the Next button to move on to the next set of screens. You will now be brought to the screen where you can pre-register your child or pre-register yourself as a volunteer. Now click on the I want to register my child to play button. This will bring up the screen where you will have to put in your first and last name and your phone number. After typing in this information, click on the Next button to continue. You will now be brought to this next screen where you have the option to put in your email address and a password. You will make up a password. It does not have to be the password for your personal email system. Please make sure you jot down the password you create here, as you will need it in the future when signing back onto the eAYSO system. You will also be asked to select a secret question and answer in case you forget your password. Please make sure you fill in the information requested on the screen. You can bypass this by clicking on the I'll do this later button, but it would be better if you fill in this information now. Please fill in the form and click the button named Next. You will now be brought to this next screen that gives you information about what you will be entering into the eAYSO system in order to pre-register your child. You will be told about the process for signing up a new player, like choosing a region number for your child to play in, about entering information about your child, and various other tidbits. It also tells you about paying the registration fee. The registration fee will be paid at registration day. When you click the Next button, you will be brought to the region selection screen. Type in 221, that's 221, in the I want my child to play in region section. Then click on the Next button to continue. You will now be brought to the screen that has region-specific information and region contact information. Click the Next button to continue. You will now be brought to the parent information screen that tells you about the information you will be putting into the system. Click the Next button to continue. This is the screen where you put in the pertinent parent information. Please fill in as much information as possible for both parents. Please make sure to provide email addresses for at least one parent. When you have finished entering information, click the Next button to continue. The next screen asks if you want to volunteer for any AYSO jobs, like coach, assistant coach, referee, etc. We would appreciate you volunteering for a position. AYSO is run by volunteers for the benefit of our kids. Please try to volunteer for a position. Your help will be appreciated by the kids. Click the Next button to continue. You will now see the screen entitled Entering Child's Information. It is here that you enter your child's information. You need to provide all the required information. We also ask you to please select the school your child will be in September. You also need to select the grade your child will be in. Since the eAYSO system does not have a grade field that you can select from, we have put the grades into the location code field. It is a drop-down list that you can select from. You should also provide the family email address in the email address field. Once you have completed this form, click on the Next button. You will now see the disclaimer screen that you should read. You need to give your consent for your child to play through this form by clicking on the I agree button. If you have volunteered for any positions, you will get this screen entitled Thank you for volunteering. Follow the instructions on each of the screens until you get to the last screen, page 7 of 7 of the Volunteer Application Acknowledgement and Consent. The very last screen you will get is the screen from which you can print the forms related to pre-registering your kids, as well as any volunteers. Clicking on any of the names on the screen will bring up the online pre-registration form that can be printed. Please print 2 copies for each child, and bring both copies to registration day. You should also print a copy of any of the volunteer forms, along with a copy of your driver's license, or a copy of any other valid ID, and also bring those with you to registration day. On behalf of the Mount Pleasant AYSO team, I would like to thank you for pre-registering on the eAYSO system.